Today we will be working on finding the volume of prisms. Some vocabulary terms that we will be using during this math cast are volume, which is the amount of space a substance occupies or object can hold, measured in cubic units. So if you have a prism with the sides measured in inches, it would be cubic inches. If it's measured in feet, it would be cubic feet, and so on. A prism is a geometric figure whose two end faces are similar, equal, and parallel rectilinear figures and whose sides are parallelograms. A parallelogram, which you should already know, is a simple quadrilateral with two pairs of parallel sides. Opposite sides are equal length and opposite angles are equal measure. Some different formulas we'll be using today is the rectangular prism or cube formula for volume equals width times height times length, and the triangular prism volume formula, which is volume equals 1/2 base times height times length. The first one we will be working with today is our rectangular prism or cube. Now remember, the volume for this is width times height times length. So you have your width and height, which are on the base of your prism, and then you multiply by the length, which is how long the prism is. Next, we're going to get started on an exercise. For our first exercise we will be doing, we are going to be finding the volume of this rectangular prism. Now remember, the formula for the prism is volume equals width times height times length. You have your width times the height times the length. So to fill in for the volume formula, you do your volume equals your 2, and let's make this inches. So you have 2 inches for the width, 3 inches for the height, and 7 inches for the length, and you just fill them in. Remember, you always have to use your units. And then for this, all you have to do is multiply them all together. So you have your 2 times 3 is 6, and 6 times 7 is 42. So you do 42 inches, and just like you multiply each number together, and there's 3 numbers, you have to multiply your inches together. So you have inches times inches times inches, and you would write that as inches cubed because volume is measured in cubic units. So this rectangle's volume is 42 inches cubed. That means that this rectangular prism holds 42 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch individual cubes. The next prism we will be doing is a triangular prism. Can you remember which ones labeled are for which parts of the volume formula? Remember, your volume formula for a triangular prism is volume equals 1/2 base times height times length. Do you remember? Your height is the 2 centimeters. Your base is also going to be 2 centimeters for this one. And your length is the 4 centimeters. So if you were to stand this prism up on its triangular base, the length of the base, how tall it's standing, will be 4 centimeters. Now that you know which ones are which, with the 2 centimeters as the height, this 2 centimeters as the base, and this 4 centimeters as the length, you can fill in your volume formula. So you have your volume equals 1/2 your base of 2 centimeters, your height of 2 centimeters, and your length of 4 centimeters. And you then just multiply together. You can first do your volume equaling 1/2 2 centimeters times 2 centimeters, which is 4 centimeters, times another 4 centimeters is 16 centimeters cubed. And then you would just divide by 2, because 1/2 times 16 is the same as dividing by 2. So your volume for this triangular prism would be 8 centimeters cubed. Don't forget your cubic units. Just like you have to multiply each number, you have to multiply centimeters times centimeters times centimeters. That's 3 separate centimeters, so it's centimeters cubed. So that means that this triangular prism can hold 8 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter cubes. Well, that's all I have for you today, and I hope after today's exercises you have a better understanding of how to find the volume of rectangular prisms or cubes and triangular prisms.